Yeah, what up, what up, people? Boxing Lounge, first in. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, you know what it is, my break time now. Just had some I actually had some what was that? Oh, it's called a veggie wrap. Had two veggie wraps, some baked potato wedges. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Really enjoyed them. And that was lunch for me. Trying to eat a little healthier. I tried the vegan thing, it didn't go well. So yeah, today he's Captain Hook. Today he's Captain Hook. Arg, arg, matey. Yeah, so today we want to talk about a couple of things. We want to talk about MMA fighter first off, Anthony Johnson, Anthony Rumble Johnson, who just recently came back to MMA. He used to be a UFC fighter for a while. He's fighting for the UFC for a while. I think he fought for Titan FC at one point. I'm not sure if that's the organization's name. But I think he fought there for a little while and he left the sport. Anthony Johnson had some title fights over there. I think he fought against Daniel Cormier and he lost. But he was always a perennial like fan favorite, knocking dudes out. You know, really popular guy, right? But always had an issue with his gas tank. And he had left MMA. He had left, like he had retired or whatever, and he he ended up, becoming a power lifter or something. Oh, 1 second, I have a phone call. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a phone call. I'm at work still, but I'm on break. But people still insist on calling. I am on phone. Yeah, so we're talking about Anthony Johnson, former UFC fighter, made his return in Bellator. And it was highly anticipated because he was supposed to be fighting Yoel Romero, another guy who the UFC cut. And it was a big shock because people were like, Bellator has the two, like, is now putting together probably the best 205 division in MMA. And they were supposed to be competing in the 205 Grand Prix that's happening right now, and they were supposed to fight in the first round. Well, Yoel didn't pass his physical, so Rumble fought some other guy, and he knocked the guy out. And then a report comes out after that Anthony Johnson knocks this dude out and then was immediately arrested and charged with identity theft. I mean, this guy comes back and immediately he is being charged with identity theft and is now facing whatever convictions, maybe. This was reported by well, quite a few sources, but it's essentially he was arrested at 11 o'clock local time on charges of third-degree identity theft and receipt from illegal use of a credit card. According to the police, hold on, let me share this with y'all. Now, no, it looks like. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Right here, his victory was celebrated. His victory celebration was short-lived. At 11 p.m. local time, police arrested Johnson at the Mohegan Sun on charges of third-degree identity theft and receipt, whatever. According to a police report, the victim filed a complaint with police in New Canaan, Connecticut in 2019 that his credit card had been used without his permission to purchase a plane ticket. From the police report, the illegal use of the credit card was used to purchase a round-trip airline ticket from Fort Lauderdale to Newark. The name of the passenger was Anthony Johnson. A subsequent investigation determined Johnson used the illegally obtained credit card to purchase the airline ticket. An arrest warrant was obtained for Johnson for the above charges. Says here the charge carries a max penalty of 5 years. The Daily Voice reports that police identified Johnson at the casino, placed him under arrest, and transported him back to New Canaan, about 90 miles away. He was released on $500 bond. MMA Fighting reports that the identity theft charge is a Class D felony that carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in jail and a $5,000 fine. Johnson is scheduled for June 8th court date. God damn. I don't know. I mean, according to the report, the police found him at the casino and whatever. I don't know. So this dude fought, and when he went to the casino, they found him and arrested him. Sorry about that. So Rumble's last fight was in 2017 against Daniel Cormier. Sorry, Boxing Lounge. I thought I was friggin' unmuted. His last fight was in 2017 um, against Daniel Cormier, and he then retired. Whatever happened was in 2019. He comes back off of that long retirement, fights in Bellator, and as soon as he finished fighting, goes to the casino, he gets arrested on a felony charge for identity theft. He seemed to be doing good. He had money from MMA. He was doing, his dog business, French bulldogs or whatever kind of dogs he had, and he's now being charged with a felony that carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in jail. That's unfortunate. But if he did do these things, if he did in fact do this, then he needs to deal with whatever charges. I don't like thieves. Yeah, Rumble Johnson. He got arrested. After his fight, his comeback fight. That was supposed to be against Yoel Romero, but Romero fell out. And this sucks for, of course, it sucks for whoever the victim is, if this is true. But it also sucks for Bellator because Bellator was, in my opinion, might have had arguably a better 205 division than than the UFC. They have a Grand Prix going on right now, which had in a lot of guys that, I mean, let me see if I can find the brackets. Let's see if I can find the brackets. Okay, here we go. So this was the brackets that we had. So Bader beat Machida. Unfortunately, I can't stand Ryan Bader. He sucks. Corey Anderson. So all these three guys, former UFC guys. Machida might be a bit long in the tooth by now, but still a good fighter. Then you had Phil Davis down here. Phil Davis will forever be the most irrelevant fighter in the world. Nobody cares about Phil Davis, but he was one of the first guys to leave the UFC and go to Bellator because he was always like an also ran in the UFC. He wasn't gonna win no championship there. I think he was a champion for a little while in Bellator and then lost that shit promptly. I think Nemkov beat him again by now. I think Nemkov had beaten him, and so Nemkov has advanced. You got Rumble Johnson was supposed to fight Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero fell out, and then Rumble fought this replacement guy. So it was supposed to be Nemkov versus Rumble, and now we don't know what the hell is gonna happen. We don't know what the hell is gonna happen because we don't know if this fight is even gonna happen anymore. That sucks. That sucks. So let's see, how this thing goes, and let's see if Rumble can get out of this. But it really sucks for Scott Coker at Bellator, who is trying his damnedest to get this organization off the mark. But it's just one thing after the next. I remember Scott Coker in Strikeforce, and that tournament didn't play out. The heavyweight Grand Prix, it didn't play out like we thought it would, and that sucked for him. So I hope this situation clears up and we can have the Rumble Johnson versus Nemkov fight. Yeah, man. So sorry about that. Again, phone call. So that's the case, man. I mean, it's really unfortunate because Bellator was stacking up to be something good, but it looks like this tournament is going to turn up like the heavyweight Grand Prix from Strike Force days. But that's unfortunate, man. That sucks for real. And let's hope that whatever gets cleared up before goddamn the Nemcar fight was supposed to happen. But Rumble Johnson, man, what are you doing? What are you doing stealing? If this is true, what are you doing stealing people's identities, bro? I don't like thieves at all. And identity theft got to be one of the worst things you can do because while it's not physical violence, when you can do that to someone's finances and whatnot, that's creepy, man. That's creepy. Yep. What's up, Santos? You here? I don't know in that fight. I really didn't give it no thought. But I like Chandler. So I'm gonna pick Chandler. I like Chandler. I think he always would have done well over there. And I'm gonna pick Chandler. Yeah, man. I mean, I like Bellator, man. Scott Coker works his ass off. Scott Coker is the MMA promoter that people actually like. They don't really like Dana White. They just like the publicity the UFC gives them. But people like Scott Coker. And I'm really hoping that this shit works out for him. But Rumble Johnson, man, you gotta get your shit together, bro. Anybody wants to jump on with me? You could jump on before I get off. So the next thing I want to talk about is Mr. Michael Hunter. Mr. Michael Hunter, the so-called bounty hunter. Michael the bounty hunter. Michael Hunter recently was supposed to be in a purse bid. I think we spoke about this before. And Kyla Sauerland came out recently, and absolutely destroyed Michael Hunter on an interview, called him a fraud, a coward, disrespectful, because Michael Hunter pulled out of the fight with Filip Hrgovic, and gave no reason why. And he gave, what's up, Santos?
What's going on, my bro? Not much.
All good. All good. Let me just finish up bringing this topic here. So Michael Hunter was supposed to fight Filip Hrgovic and pull out the fight for for whatever reason, didn't give no reason. And Michael Hunter apparently has a reason. People were speculating that maybe he's being offered more money elsewhere, better opportunity somewhere else. I think Rafi was on with me sometimes saying, oh, it was probably some insidious plot by Eddie Hearn to bid low on the fight. I told Rafi, I'm not going with no grand conspiracy. I just think it's a duck. You know what I'm saying? And people said the money was low, but if the money was low, somebody else should have bid. Michael Hunter ain't no big ticket seller nowhere. Neither is Filip Hrgovic. So that fight together is not valued a lot. Michael Hunter was accustomed to getting a certain amount of money with Matchroom because he was a Matchroom fighter at the time. And he fought Povetkin. Povetkin is a big name. And as such, he commanded more money. And the event itself, paid more money in Saudi Arabia. Michael Hunter, after all this talk about, people ducking him and he's a threat and he's a boogeyman, Michael Hunter pulled out the Filip Hrgovic fight. And we come to find out the reason why. Because after all that talk about, people telling me it's about the money is too low and all that, Michael Hunter is now scheduled to fight. Let me show you who he's scheduled to fight. Let me share my screen. This is Michael Hunter, bounty hunter. And he's scheduled to fight Mike Wilson. This guy. He's scheduled to fight this guy, a 21-1 listed division as cruiserweight. Last fight was in 7th of September 2019 for NABA cruiserweight title, and this fight is supposed to happen on the Teofimo Lopez George Kambosos fight card on Triller, on the undercard. Michael Hunter did not fight Filip Hrgovic to go be an undercard fight on Triller with Teofimo Lopez. What is your opinion on Hel Santos? Is Santos there? Santos, we can't hear you, man. You're breaking up badly. Yeah, so what's your opinion, man? Michael Hunter is now going to fight Mike Wilson. And from what I understand, it's supposedly a title eliminator in the WBA. But title eliminator for who? It can't be for Anthony Joshua. The fight for Filip Hrgovic was the final title eliminator for direct shot at Anthony Joshua. Direct shot. Or Tyson Fury, whoever wins those fights. Michael Hunter chose to fight Mike Wilson. And it's weird because this smacks of like a PBC move, because only PBC gets these guys to go and fight for WBA trinket titles, all these regular titles and interim WBA titles. The PBC loves them. This is a PBC move. I'm wondering if Michael Hunter has signed some weird pact with Al Heyman and them to pick up another one of the WBA belts. But what type of belt? Robert Helenius is the gold champion. Trevor Bryant is it interim champion? Manuel Charr is a regular champion. So what belt is this a final eliminator for? Santos, Michael Hunt is going to fight Mike Wilson. Yep. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's can you hear me now? Clear?
Yeah.
All right. I think it's another case of, from what I said before, ducking for bucks, right? He's ducking for a little bit more cash and an ass belt, an ass cat belt, right? It's just a trinket belt. It's probably an international WBA, intercontinental, suburban, urban, intercontinental title. You know what I mean? It's definitely not a gold or the interim belt, I believe, but it's definitely one of those international WBA trinket belts. And it's, you figured, you know what, it's going to be on a Triller card, right? Something like that, or whatever. And yeah, I mean, I think, he got offered a little bit more money than he was at with Matchroom, and he's going for that, where he thinks where the money's at, right? And I think it's just another case of ducking for a little bit more cash, ducking for bucks. And you know how it goes, ducking for bucks goes wrong. And I think it's a duck, you know what I mean? I've asked him on Twitter, I added him and everything, like, what's going on? Silence, crickets, nothing from him, right? So apparently, this is it was a hush move, right? And a move pulled in secrecy. And I think like it's been suspected before from other channels that he's probably talking with Al Heyman, and he's advising him or whatnot, and he's going to be hush about it. He's going to be mum about it. And I mean, who the hell is Mike Wilson? Mike Wilson, who? Like, this dude's been inactive for a while, and it's just a bad look, man. It's a bad look. I think we were all excited for the Filip Hrgovic fight, and I really saw that fight as a 50-50 action-packed fight against two up-and-coming contenders. And it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment. And we'll see what happens, man. But definitely, for me, it's a duck. And this ducking crap got to stop, man. Ducking for bucks. Sometimes, you gotta go for the glory, and because the bucks will come with the glory. You know what I mean? With the names that you put on the resume. So this move to fight Mike Wilson for some trinket title was just not the good move. Even if it's for more money and his benefit. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to fight for legacy. If you build the legacy, the money will come out, in my opinion. But it's not like that. It's the other way around nowadays. Is they fight for the money because it's prize fighting, right? And they want to get the bag, and I can understand that too from a financial standpoint. Yeah, you want to do better for you and your family, but at the cost of a legacy, of course, because we all have been seeing it from a lot of these boxers that they don't chase legacy, they chase the bag, and it's all about the bag nowadays. And I get it. Do less for more, right? Do less and expect more, but at the same time, you're going to be viewed as not it, or not the fighter that everybody expected you to be. you know and I mean, we can sit here and armchair quarterback all day, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a bad look. But it's a bad look because he's got to fight for money, and that's him. At the same time, this doesn't really do anything for the heavyweight division and for the sport of boxing when you're clearly ducking and avoiding the best competition that's out there, you know, all for the sake of what? A trinket title and a couple more dollars? I don't know. Very disappointing.
Yeah, man, this was a fight a lot of people were looking forward to. You know what I mean? It's just I just say where we are in boxing. We tend to talk more about the fights that are not gonna happen and fights that are gonna happen. It's just disappointing, man. He was on sometime before. Matter of fact, let me play a quick clip. Let me see if I can
take it as the highest flattery because they call me the boogeyman, and then if I would have stayed any longer, I'm ranked number 4 in the IBF now. So and all 10 sanctions, I mean, top 10 in all the sanctions. So I just think if I'm a threat, I'm a threat to the company as a whole, and I don't. I just think it was. I just. That's all I have. I appreciate you guys.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the man said he was a threat, and he's number 4 in the IBF and all of this. He was a threat. Well, if you're a threat, what better way to prove you're a threat than actually winning the IBF? Now you're number 2 or number 1, winning the IBF and showing why you was a threat. It's just crazy, man. Like, I gotta watch Michael Hunt, but I'm not gonna watch Michael Hunt to fight no goddamn Mike Wilson, and I'm not watching no Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. I mean, I could catch a highlight of that. I'm good on that. I mean, whoever's gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna entertain that. It's just disappointing that I'm not gonna get to see a meaningful fight in the heavyweight division when the heavyweight division is hotting up. What's up, John Dealey? You have a situation where Usyk and Joe Joyce might fight. Tyson Fury and Joshua might fight. This fight would have plugged itself in nicely. So did Michael Hunter turn down his straight title shot if he wins to go to PBC to maybe be a warm-up for Deontay Wilder? I mean, there has to be something in the back end for Michael Hunter to do this. because you know this is a guy who always talks about he'll fight for free. It's not about money, it's about legacy. He says that. He
Yeah.
says how he wants to achieve this, he wants to achieve that. He said that.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Hey, John Dealey,
Is
you're welcome on. I need to question you. I haven't heard from you yet. Go ahead, Santos. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, to caveat off that, I mean, you know, you talked all this talking for free stuff, and now you just do this move to where nobody really knew you was going to do this move. It's all out of the blue. And, you know, one can only suspect that, yeah, he did sign some agreement with the PBC or something like that, or whatever other entity. And he's going to take the safe road, right, to a maybe possible Ruiz fight, right, where that could be maybe they might put it a pay-per-view for that fight too, or a pay-per-view for a fight with Wilder. You know what I mean? One can only suspect that, or you know, maybe assume that, because what other explanation is there? What other
Hey, go ahead,
theory
talk. Go
is
ahead,
there
talk.
other than you know? Could you hear what I said? Let me let me redo this. Reload. Uh, I was breaking up bad.
What happened there? What happened there? What happened? What did I miss? Where's Santos gone? I just stepped aside for a second. What happened? Anyway, man, Michael Hunter not gonna be fighting no Philip Hergovich. That's unfortunate because if this is true that he is with the PB, and the first person I heard linking this to the PBC was Ring IQ, and I really thought about it and I said it does sound like a PBC move, doesn't it? Only the PBC and Al Heyman has been able to convince fighters to do things like this, where they turn down glory or more money in favor of whatever snake oil he's selling. Peter Quillen, drop your belt. Deontay Wilder, don't take 100 million. Tank Davis, don't go over to the zone for career high money. Jamal Charlo, don't fight Andrade over there and don't fight Andrade over here. Santos, you were talking fine, bro. You were talking fine. People heard you. So it's just interesting that this is happening. He's not saying nothing on social media because he knows if he announces this shit on social media, Michael Hunt I'm talking about, he gonna get cooked for it. He gonna get cooked. I don't know no other company that gets their fighters to do things that are against their own best interests, like the PBC. So this does sound like a PBC move. I don't know if it is, but what bigger prize is there than a straight shot at Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua? What bigger prize is there? And when you now you now disrespect Sauerland and you disrespect Matchroom, who you said was so kind to you and all of that, you disrespect them. Should they trust you again? How are these people going to trust Michael Hunter again? I wouldn't trust Michael Hunter again. All this, I'll fight for free and all this other BS nonsense. The people who you probably signed the deal with didn't even show up for the purse bids. So Eddie Hearn was able to win his bid with a low bid or lowish bid. Because again, Michael Hunter don't move no tickets. nor does Philip Hergovich. And hell is back.
Yes. Yeah, man. That trust is like you say, man. How people gonna trust him again, man? Because for me, it's like, you know, I was really high on Michael Hunter, and you know, I'm high on Philip Hergovich too. And you know, I was really, really looking forward to this fight happening, and it's just this is out of nowhere, man. And you know, it's just like, like, who do you blame in this situation? Do you blame the Matchroom, the Eddie Hearn side, or do you blame Michael Hunter's handlers and manager, right? Because it's not just at the end of the day, it's, you know, Michael Hunter's got a team, right? He's got to worry about his people, you know, family, his business, his managers and stuff. So what was this a decision based on right now, you know, bigger bucks money, short-term money to get a trinket title instead of, you know, holding on to, you know, Matchroom and what Eddie's saying, and, you know, maybe possibly fighting for less, but then the rewards are greater, right? You know what I mean? You got to put in order to get rewarded later on, so to speak. You know, you put in the work, you're gonna get the rewards, right? For, you know, the fruits of your labor. So is this a case of him feeling like he put in so much work and he's thinking that, you know, he's worth this, but then the Matchroom and Eddie Hearn side saying, well, you know, we're not going to pay you this, and them kind of shortchanging him? We don't know because we're not in that loop. So we can only assume that he took the, in his eyes, the bigger money for the short term in order to get some kind of fight down the line with the PBC that'll be a pay-per-view fight, pay-per-view event with a Ruiz or even with the Deontay Wilder, because we all know that PBC is all about doing pay-per-views, you know, getting, you know, pay-per-view money. So, you know, it's just it sucks, man. It really sucks, man. It just leaves a bad taste in, I think, all the boxing heads like you and me and everybody in chat, a bad taste in the mouth about this whole situation, man. It sucks. It really sucks because we now again another fight that was looking promising, looked to be a barn burner, down a shithole or down a drain, right?
Man, look here, this dude ducked for the Perkovich. And what's up, Ronald Finkley? Black came in the chat. I got Uli X Games who was talking to me earlier. Black in the chat, Laron in the chat, Ronald Finkley in the chat. Yeah, man. Links pinned to the top. Anybody want to get on with me? We talking about Michael Hunter ducking Philip Hergovich to fight the always dangerous perennial contender Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson on the Teofimo Lopez George Kambosos card. I want to know what y'all think about that. Want to know, you know, if y'all rate Michael Hunter for doing this. Is he being paid that much more to fight Mike Wilson? Is Triller really footing the bill for this fight? What up, Finkley?
Yo, what's good? Iron Kong, what's good? Actual Facts, what's good? UGC, what's good to the chat?
Ron, what's up, man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
Yeah, I got a new phone, bro. I don't got that problem no more. Yo, I love this fucking iPhone 10, yo. This shit lit.
Yeah.
Yo, I fucked up though, because I had my laptop, right? And I was gonna start making videos and like start editing the shit. And I fucking dropped it one day and broke my cord off into the plug hole where you charge it. I'm so mad, bro.
God
It's
damn.
all good. It's all good. I'm gonna get it fixed. I gotta get that little adapter piece out of there.
Yeah. Well, let's take it to the repairman. He'll fix it.
Yeah. It's a good one here. You know them Israeli people or whoever those people are, they do good work, bro.
Yeah.
And they charge you cheap too.
Yeah.
Matter of
So
fact, I
what's
gotta
your
do that before I go to work today. Cause
what's
I've
your
been slipping
opinion,
today.
man? Michael Hunter.
Oh, Michael Hunter, he backed out of the fight, right?
Yeah, he backed out and he's gonna fight some dude, some cruiserweight who hasn't fought since 2019 named Mike Wilson on the
Yeah.
Teofimo undercard.
Wow. You know what, man? Michael Hunter, he talked a lot of good stuff, yo. I heard him talk a lot of good stuff about that fight. I don't know if it's his fault because he was trying to fight Herkovic, right?
Well, he went to a purse bid
Yeah.
and
What
only,
happened?
only one team showed up. Is Ronald there?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yo, so yeah. So Mark, I don't even know that dude, yo. Mike Wilson. Never heard of him.
Nobody heard because he a cruiserweight that ain't fought since 2019. And he ain't no big name cruiserweight neither. But Michael Hunter pulled out the Hergovich fight to go fight this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man. I saw that yesterday, I think. Yo, you know what though? He on the Triller card, so we don't got no choice. I'm gonna support Triller as far as because Lopez is there. Cause I heard Cambosa say like he's from Sparta and like Billy Joe Saunders quit and like he not gonna do that. I want to see him keep that same energy when he fight Teofimo Lopez. So I'm gonna buy a Triller card for that. You know what I mean? So I get to see Michael Hunter in action. You know what I mean?
Man, I hope this shit don't go wrong for Michael Hunter because you turned down a straight shot to Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. You turned that down. You said no. So all that shit you was talking about how you will fight for free and how you'll do this and how you'll do that, and all of a sudden, it's all about that Mike Wilson fight.
Yeah,
It's weird, right? Because my people was telling me that the money was too low. I was like, well, if the money is low, it's what the money is, the fight's worth. The purse bid was called. One team showed up, Eddie Hearn and them, just them.
wow.
Nobody else, nobody else started enough to come and bid on your fight. Not even Triller. Triller could have won the fight for you, but you chose to go and fight Mike Wilson, bro. Get out of here, man.
You know what? Michael Hunter was saying some stuff the other like about 2 weeks ago about how like Eddie never sent him the contract and like he don't know like what the money is about and he never got the email. I can't believe that when it comes to Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn is like if he asks you that he want to deal with you, he want to deal with you. So Michael Hunter kind of like dropped the ball on the whole like answering back. He blamed it on his management or whatever, like saying like how they might have missed the email from Eddie Hearn. So you're right. Like it seemed kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? To me, why he didn't fight him.
This dude ducked that fight, bro. And he took an easier fight. I hope he's getting paid more for this fight than for Philip Hergovich, because I'm like, people were saying like the money was too low, but I'm like, bro, Michael Hunter don't move no tickets nowhere. He ain't no ticket seller. Nor is Hergovich. None of them two dudes ain't no ticket sellers. So you put both of them together, the fight's only worth so much, right?
Yeah.
Them two ain't moving no tickets. No, if you beat Hergovich, then you can become your own ticket seller. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
man,
what was the fight worth? What they were saying the fight was worth?
Eddie and them won the bid for like $600 and something $1,000. So Mike was gonna get $300 and something $1,000, and Hergovich signed for his lesser half, which was like maybe $200 and something $1,000. Maybe that's it.
Okay.
So it wasn't no millions of dollars of fight.
And I don't.
It was a nice elite prospect fight. That's what the fuck
Yeah.
it was. And like you said, Michael Hunter is not like no he don't have a lot of.
I don't think real quick. I don't really think that. My bad. Am I coming out in late? I'm on a delay. Can you hear me?
You're good. You're good, actual.
Real quick, man. I don't think anybody missed a email, because if you got an email, right, and you Eddie Hearn is one of your email list person on your email list, I think you might want to put Eddie Hearn's email address as priority and have a little sound buzzer, especially for Eddie Hearn's emails. Pretty sure you could do that within a Gmail. I'm pretty sure last time I checked, or any email service that you have, you put that special priority person contact with the special buzzer for that email, because that's high priority. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe he missed that email. He just,
Nah, he lying.
They just done.
If you can see the screen, everybody, this is Mike Wilson here. Status inactive. Birth name Mike Robert Wilson, alias the White Delight. And he's gonna fight Michael Hunter. This dude ain't fought since 2019.
That's comical. Mike Wilson, huh? Sheesh. That's like fighting to me that's like fighting remember when Dylan White fought the plumber dude? What was his name? I think Dylan White fought that plumber dude. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah. It's like that type of fight it might turn out to be. Michael Hunter gonna box him up, yo. It's an easy fight.
But maybe Mike's getting used to fighting in these nothing fights. Because remember he fought on Zerdo Ramirez undercard somewhere in Texas or something. On some low level fight. So he's getting used to these type of fights.
Yeah. He not with Rahman no more either, I don't think. Like Michael Hunter's like doing something totally different right now.
He not with Hasim no more?
From what I remember him saying, like when he was on this certain interview, I don't think he's with Rahman no more as far as like him managing him, like as far as training him or whatever. I don't think he's with Rahman no more.
Wow.
I seen Rahman. He not with him no more as far as I know.
Wow.
Yep. Real talk. Yo,
wow.
I think we getting leeway on Demetrius Andrade versus somebody soon.
Yeah, well, I was on another YouTuber's page this morning, and I saw them talking about a possible fight with Triple G, right? Not with Andrade, but Triple G is supposed to fight some dude called Falcao. That's being like discussed in the rumor mill in the summer. And it was weird watching all these people in the comment section. Like, man, that's a great fight. That's a great fight for Triple G. It's an excellent fight. But I'm like, so y'all cool with this fight, but Andre don't deserve to fight Triple G, right? Y'all are okay with Triple G fighting Falcao, who's like number 4 in the IBF, but not unifying with Andre in the summer. But y'all are celebrating Triple G fighting Falcao, not Andre. It's weird, like watching some of these like so-called boxing people, like Sean Newton and these people. Like Triple G does all this dumb shit. This dude been on a coast since being on the zone. Doesn't want to unify. Doesn't want to do nothing. Just pretty much milking this contract. And hey, it's just weird how these people are like, oh, that's a great fight for Triple G. I don't know if the fight's official or nothing, or they're just talking. But when I saw that, it was just annoying that Andre don't deserve to fight Triple G in a unification. But this Falcao dude completely deserves the fight. Man, get out of here, man. Let me tell you something, man.
And you know what? And that would be a great way for Demetrius Andrade to kind of please Matchroom, because if he fight GGG, like to me that's like a statement fight. And Andre does get like people to like cheer for him when he fight. Like they be like oohs and ahs. Like he's a great fighter. Like I don't understand why people hate on him, because the style. It's boxing. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to appease everybody in order to win a fight. Like long as you have entertainment value, people will like you. You see what I'm saying? Like I was souped after Andrade fought the last dude he fought, because I saw what he did. You see what I'm saying? Like I watched what he did. He did a great job. And that's how you gain fans.
Man, get out of here, man. Who's that? Actual Golovkin? Who's that? Actual Golovkin?
Yeah. Yeah, and no, guys, and look, and Falcao, he's a good fighter, but I haven't I forgot about him, and then till recently, and he has a loss against Ryota Murata, and in the Olympics and everything. A very strong guy, very good puncher and everything from Brazil. And hey, guys, look, it's going to be a good fight, and I'm scared. I'm scared. I might lose. I might get knocked the fuck out. But hey, look, guys, can't say I didn't talk. I'm fighting the unknown boogeyman out there that people don't know about and don't care about. But it's going to be the action-packed fight, and you might see me get knocked the fuck out. And okay, say, look, just put me in. I tried to get the Canelo. He's scared of me. He's talking me. Boo Boo 100. He's nothing. He's nothing. Boo Boo. I take him out in 3 rounds. Why do you want to see me take a Boo Boo out in 3 rounds? He's nothing. I take this punch. And listen, tune into my fight. And Falcao. It's going to be a 50-50 fight, and I might lose, and I'm scared. I'm scared. I really might get knocked out, and I'm more scared of this fight than the Derevchenko fight. I'm more scared. So, guys, come
on, guys! Big drama show versus It's Me Again. That would be like the dazzling supremacy right there, yo. Good fight. Well, we know GG don't want it.
Yeah, GG don't want. Triple G don't want to fight with Boo Boo, man. It's sad, really, but for all his worth, man, I think Triple G is probably getting knocked out this time, man. This Falcao dude got a chin, and he's got some movement. He's pretty decent, man. He's been he's been an avoided guy. I'm looking forward to the fight because I really do want to see Triple G get knocked the fuck out this time, and I really do think that Falcao could do it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tuning in for that.
If that fight actually happens, I will be rooting for whoever it is, because I was rooting for Zramata the last fight to pull something off, anything to knock this dude out. I think Triple G is bad for the game at the moment. I think he's holding up divisions. I think the zone should tell Triple G, hey man, you either fight these people or we're not going, because they wanted to hold Canelo hostage. Say we'd only accept this fight and that fighter, but they're not holding Triple G hostage, right? They're accepting anybody Triple G puts in front there, and that's ridiculous to me. So I don't know if this fight's official or it's just rumor, but if it does happen, I hope Triple G loses, man. That dude sucks.
You know what though? I'm optimistic about is that Demetrius Andretti will probably have a fight before 2021 is out, because he has a lot of options. Like as far as from what he been saying, like lately, like they're looking at a lot of different people. They won't mention Charlo because they know that he's like a punk and he ain't gonna say nothing but just tweet some shit. But like it's like I think they want to fight Eubanks. I think they want to fight Murata winner, whoever Murata's fighting, I can't remember. But they want to fight certain people, like like even Munguia. Like they don't mention him a lot, but like the point is, like I think Demetrius Andretti has options before 2021 is out, so we might see another fight from him this year. No layoff.
Well, he needs to fight this year. Andretti should fight 3 times this year. He didn't do shit last year because of COVID. So this year, in my opinion, needs to be really active for Andretti. Really active. He can't afford to be laying off and chilling in the back or nothing like that. He should have a fight in the summer and then a fight at the end of the year. Triple G ain't doing nothing, bro. Triple G and Murata are having interim fights in the summer so they can fight in December. That takes both of them off the table. Eddie Hearn already said that. That fight, that they're working on that. And he's not pleased because he wants Triple G to fight Andre in the summer. But Triple G don't want that fight in the summer. And that's ridiculous.
Yep. Protected. He's a protected fighter with a major alphabet belt. I think he got a major alphabet belt.
Yeah, you got an IBF.
Yeah. Yep. And he fighting the intermediates or whatever, instead of fighting the guy who can actually gain some traction on to get a Canelo fight. But Triple G can't move up to 168. I think Andretti gonna move up before all of them.
Yeah, he gonna do it, but Triple G needs to just leave the sport because he can't. If he move up, Canelo gonna ice that dude. He gonna retire him up there.
The second fight, I don't know why people thought that the second fight was close between Gigi and Canelo. I saw a beatdown. That's what I saw. Like Canelo was like putting paws, feet, everything on him, bro. His face looked like Willie Lump after the fight. Like he was getting busted up, bro. That was a good fight though. I like the second fight compared to the first fight because it was like decisive. You could tell that Canelo beat him real bad. So why fight a third fight if you're not fighting the people that's right around GG weight class?
Well, didn't Canelo say at the press conference he's open to Triple G3, but Triple G gotta come to 168?
Yeah.
That means Canelo wants to absolutely destroy Gennady Golovkin. Wants to hurt that dude up there, man.
So he ain't doing any. So GG not doing anything to gain Canelo attention either. Like they say Andrade ain't, but I feel like Andrade's more consistent than most people. Like, because he's fighting everybody. He's not just fighting in America. He's fighting abroad. He's fighting whoever they put in front of him, and he want everybody. And I hope he does crash Jamal Charlo's press conference. I really do, because we need that in boxing and get a fight in the process.
Yep, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But hey, hey, is John Dealey still in here, man? Hey, John, I'm about to get off. I want your breakdown of Harvey Dent's performance against Canelo. John Dealey, if you're there, you need to get on the live before I get off. You have not spoken to me since that time, and we need to know how Two-Face did.
Yo, I'm gonna jump back in the chat. Yo, I'm listening in, bro. Iron Kong 26.
Yeah, Rano. Peace,
Peace.
Yeah, man. John Dealey, you still driving on the road from Yorkshire to your stately manor in wherever the hell you live? Hey, man. So, I'm about to get off, man. Santos, any last words from you?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Last words is I think
no last words, Santos. No last words yet. No last words yet. I got the man himself.
Oh shit. All right, let me mute.
John Dealey, good day.
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine.
That's good news. So Billy Ho the quicker. you know this man's got a track record of calling people out quick. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Just we kind of struggling.
Okay.
Are you on the train, sir?
I'm still sort of traveling home, but after what you said, I thought I'd better get on just to let you know my thoughts.
Well, I can hear you now, so I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, it's just a hypocrisy of it's new levels of hypocrisy from Billy Ho. He always finds a way to make himself like he is.
John Dealey, how long is it going to take for you to get home?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. You can hang on 2 minutes. I'll jump off and I'll come back home and be in my house.
Well, jump back. No problem. I'll hold on. I'll stay here and talk shit. I want John Dealey's opinion on Harvey Dent's performance.
Literally 2 minutes. Literally.
No problem. No problem. Jump off and jump back on. No problem.
I'll be back in a minute.
Right. Hey, no problem. So, we're going to be on. We're going to hold on. We're going to keep talking some shit. Keep running my mouth for a little while because we need to hear John Dealey's opinion on Mr. Two-Face's performance over the weekend. It's a very important opinion that we need to have. It's my outside correspondent over there in Winchester, England, coming to you live just now with his weekend wrap-up. Yeah, man. So we're talking about some boxing stuff, and we're on the Triple G topic. If this fight in fact happens with Falcao, how does DAZN justify that fight happening when they try to hold Canelo to contractual obligations about who they consider to be premium opponents. But Triple G is allowed to be in the 160 division and not unified? Or does the zone agree with the move by Triple G to go over and fight in Japan? Now I know the zone does very well in Japan, and Murata is like a big star over there. But how are they going to justify holding Canelo when he was with Golden Boy to this standard that Triple G might not be held to? I think it's unfortunate this guy is allowed to skate by in the 160 division. Let's not forget, before he fought the Steve Rolls, he was asked about Andrade. Why don't you fight Andrade? And he said no. After the Steve Roll fight, what about Andrade? No. After he fought Sergey, Andrade got in the ring. The answer was still no. So you're going to have people coming back telling you nonsense about Andrade is and Andrade that, where Andrade has been begging this dude. Andrade signed with the zone so he can be entered into the 160-pound division so he could have these fights. Yet you have people who are defending Triple G and his like more than the guy who's actually trying to make the fight happen. This is the sickness in boxing these days, where it's not about facts and performance and legacy. It's about who you like. It's about who you like. And if I don't like a person based on what their skin color, their fighting style, you know, I don't like them based on who supports them. So basically, you know, a lot of people don't like Andrade. And let's face it, I don't know if Black is still in the chat, but Black is the reason why a lot of people don't like Andrade, because a lot of people fell out with Black. And because they fell out with Black, they don't like Andrade. Because they feel like if they support Andrade, if they support Andrade, that means they're supporting Black. But anyway, we go to our outside live correspondent, Mr. Dealey, coming to us live from Ipswich County and giving us his weekend wrap-up.
You need to get these locations much better, Anchor.
What's that?
Birmingham. Both Rafi and I are Brummies.
That's just across the corner from Ipswich.
It's not.
Oh.
It is further than it is from St. Kitts to Brickhill in Nevis.
Okay, John Deal, okay. I like that.
So where do you want me to get started with the Spartan warrior known as
well, let's
Billy Ho?
From the top. We're going to take it from Billy Ho's conduct leading up to the fight. And we want to talk about Billy Ho's performance. And we want to talk about the stoppage. So go ahead. Give me your whole feeling on the whole debacle.
I think it really shows us Billy Ho's true character as a fighting man and the warrior heart that he has. You know, he doesn't care about the situation. He'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Conditions don't matter. Billy's just going to fight. I mean, for God's sake, the fuss over a 24-foot ring. You're not allowed to fight in 24-foot rings in the UK.
Yeah.
So Billy's only fought outside the UK a couple of times. You know, he had that his DAZN debut stateside.
Yes.
And a dodgy one in Spain. I think everything else has been inside 20-foot rings. His whole career. So, you know, that level of conduct was just despicable. I don't even know what it was about, really. And the insults that his whole camp were giving Eddie Hearn.
Mm-hmm.
throughout the process, his father, Tyson Fury, and Billy were being very disrespectful and rude to Eddie Hearn.
Right.
And yet Eddie Hearn had managed to get him his biggest purse in a world title unification fight that if he'd have won, his legacy would have been cemented as a great middleweight, super middleweight. So what was there to complain about exactly?
Right.
And if he wants to continue in boxing and earn money, how is he going to do that with Eddie Hearn? Frank Warren washed his hands of him. That's why he went to Eddie in the first place.
So what do you make of Frank coming on interviews, screaming his support for Billy, saying he supports Billy more than Billy's own promoter?
Frank looks for every opportunity that he can to fire shots at Eddie Hearn. So this week we've heard from Frank the reason that this Tyson Fury AJ fight hasn't happened is simply the only problem is Tyson Fury's not signing because he isn't happy with the money. Now, that isn't necessarily going to put Tyson Fury in a very good light, is it? The only reason that he can be coming out with statements like that is to fire shots at Eddie.
Right.
Even to his own detriment, really. It doesn't make any of the Fury side look good, does it, really? So Frank coming out in support of Billy was just to have a go at Eddie.
I got you.
Because there's no benefit in it for Frank, is there?
No.
None. So the only thing is he's a very petty, bitter man who has a passionate hatred of all things Hearn because they had him booted off Sky and he's been suffering financially ever since.
Oh.
So that's all you need to know about Frank Warren.
Toby Bartlett says, I stopped using phone boxes in case Billy Joe wanted a fight. But after Saturday night, I'm going to start using them again.
Well, hopefully, and this is the main outcome that I was looking for, was that Billy will now retire.
Yes.
So I think we've covered his conduct. It was despicable. I don't understand what the bitching and moaning was about. I think it just clearly displayed that the man was terrified of fighting Canelo.
Yes.
He's a coward.
Basically. I was listening to what's his name, Beats and Rhymes, and he made a good point. He was like, why did Tyson Fury and Tom Saunders and these people create all this unnecessary acrimony over the fight, adding more anxiety to Billy Ho than the man needed? Like, this was a fight week, and Billy Joe Saunders, instead of being relaxed and dealing with the fight, has Tyson Fury and all these people, oh, we're not gonna fight. What happened to the great MTK and all these people who were supposed to be handling his business? Eddie Hearn had to fly over from England, off the plane, into Canelo's locker room to sort the ring issue. Well, what happened to his management team? That's my question.
I'm not actually sure Canelo really cared about the ring.
Right.
They were just trying to create a big hoo-ha about it all. And if you go back to the Tyson Fury fight against Klitschko, they did the same thing about the ring there. They didn't do it about ring size. They complained about the padding in the ring. So they said that Klitschko had got a layer of padding that was thicker than the regulation, which would make it harder to move on. I mean, I don't know if you ever jogged on a crash mat or done anything on something severely soft, but it will sap your legs. It takes a lot more effort to do.
That's how I made my two children.
Anyway, so they've. I think it's a cultural issue.
A culture? What do you mean?
Within their community, they're known as very hard negotiators.
Okay.
So whether Beats was right or not, I think they felt it gave them an advantage. But that's as a team. So I think Tom Saunders thought it was how you conduct yourself in these situations. You make it as difficult as you can for the opposition.
Well, he completely embarrassed himself all week.
He's a fool. I mean, he's always been a fool.
Where did Billy find this? I have the only time I see Billy Joe Saunders' father is when IFL finds him somewhere to slag off Eddie, and I don't know.
What you have to understand is IFL are sponsored by NTK.
Yes.
Culturally, as far as I understand it, MTK are the same background as certainly the Furies. I think so. There's a difference between Irish and Romany.
Yeah.
Now I think Billy Saunders is actually a Romany.
Yeah, well, he came with the Romani colors and flags. So,
sorry.
Well, that's how I learned that he was actually Romani when I saw him had the Romani flag. So I was like, "Oh, you're Romani, okay."
But in the UK, the Romanis and the Irish travellers do mix.
Okay.
So from a community point of view, although they're ethnically different, they are part of the same community. So MTK are also part of that community, as far as I understand it to be, in terms of the Kinahans.
I see.
So that's why there's such a huge, heavily anti-Hearn bias on IFL now.
Well, I recall seeing Coogan being quite frazzled when Eddie Hearn announced him that they'll be handling all of their own social media.
But he deserves it anyway, doesn't he? I mean, look at what they've been doing. Like you put video after video after video of fucking Fat John Fury giving his viewpoint on boxing. No, who wants to hear that guy? He got something like a 13% knockout ratio of his 10-fight fighting career of fighting journeymen in the UK, and the man wants to put himself forward for an exhibition match against Mike Tyson. It's like, what deluded mental planet do you live on? Why do we want to hear this man's opinions about anything? The man's gouged somebody's eye out twice over arguments in the pub and served jail for it. Why do I want to hear anything this man's got to say about anything?
Oh yeah. So, what is your opinion on the fight?
I think people are giving Billy too much credit for his performance.
Right.
I don't understand on what planet anybody could possibly think that Billy was ahead on the cards. The only reason that you could think that is because he was doing better than expected. But if you start to watch from the get-go, Canelo was putting in good body shots.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, the reason that he now has, he's a man of two faces, is because Canelo got the timing down of his over-the-top ducking down that he was doing. So when he got caught with the uppercut, Billy put his own body weight and momentum into that punch as well.
Yes.
So Billy was having some success. I mean, it wasn't complete one-sided, but I thought Canelo was doing the better work, and all Billy was doing was trying to run away and act scared. I don't know what meaningful shots he landed.
I don't know, man. I mean,
he didn't land anything. I mean, if you're only going to score jabs, then yeah, maybe Billy was ahead.
I told Rafi, I gave Billy Joe Saunders 2 rounds at the most. And people were like, no, I had in my head, it was tight. I was like, no, I gave Billy Joe Saunders 2 rounds.
I didn't think it was tight. So
the fight was not hard to. I gave him the first round when Canelo was kind of seeing what Billy Joe was about. Okay, all right, no problem. And then he had a good round. I think it was round 4, one of them rounds. But yeah. I told Rafi every time Canelo touched Billy Joe Saunders, he shrank. Like he recoiled. Like
as far as I could tell, Canelo completely dictated the pace. He's the one that landed the telling blows. and Billy was doing his best to try and score jabs and light scoring punches whilst running away.
Yes. But
And people these days, this is what frustrates me about the way amateur boxing's gone. People think that good boxing is boxing on the outside, and that's skillful boxing. And that isn't the case. It's like you should be skilled on the inside and the outside. So if you look at one of my favorite welterweights, Jose Napoles, he was amazing on the inside. So why don't it's like, because in amateur boxing they don't score body shots. They tend to focus on people fighting on the outside and headshots. People think jabbing from the outside, that's what skillful boxing is.
hey, hold on, John. Rilo Jenkins, what's up?
What's up, brothers? Hey,
All
man,
good,
I
man.
just happened to tap in on this video, and y'all discussing the subject that I have been beating myself in the head with for the last 5 years. This idea of what people call, air quotes, boxing, or what do they call it? Outboxing, or what do they call ring generalship, or what's another term that they use? What's another
running?
Yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? So my question to both of y'all. So the criteria, one of the criteria in boxing is ring generalship, right? Yes. Can you guys give me your explanation of what ring generalship is? Because I had a discussion with a dude and he couldn't tell me what it was, man. And it's like, I think one of the issues is everybody's definition is so different and it's so abstract that they can always fold it and mold it around any fight that they want to give it credit for their favorite fighter in that fight.
Ultimately, it's the fighter who's fighting their fight and stopping his opponent from fighting his fight. So in this case, we knew that Canelo was going to come forward on Billy Joe Saunders and dictate that. So I would describe that as him being the ring general, because Billy was not in control of the fight. Canelo was. Even when he was scoring punches, even when he was staying on the outside. Canelo was making him stay there, because when he got close, he hurt him and Billy ran away, basically.
Okay, so you're saying when one dude engaged.
Whereas if you look at Anthony Joshua versus Andrew Ruiz 2, Joshua was controlling the fight from the outside because he was preventing Andrew Ruiz from coming inside, which is what he needed to do. So Billy couldn't stop Canelo from getting inside. Canelo was getting there, and Billy was trying to get to the outside.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I want to be sure, because I think I follow you and I understand your premise. So if you're saying that one dude has an advantage, whether that being from distance, and the other dude apparently has to work his way to get inside that distance.
Well, what I'm saying is, so Andrew Ruiz against Anthony Joshua has the advantage on the inside, yeah, because he's the shorter fighter with the faster hands. So Anthony Joshua's advantage is on the outside, and Anthony Joshua kept the fight on the outside.
Okay, so my question.
So that's why he was the ring general. So if you look at Billy Joe Saunders, versus Canelo, Canelo's advantage is on the inside because he's the better body puncher and he throws the heavier shots. And Billy Joe Saunders' advantage is on the outside. Now, Canelo was getting inside and Billy couldn't stop him. So that's why he was the ring general.
Right.
So they're quite good because they're very similar situations, but the opposite outcome happened.
Right. I understand that. So now my question to you is this. If Canelo wanted to fight on the outside, then is he not allowed to do that because that will automatically make him not the ring general?
His arms aren't long enough to land punches on the outside.
I disagree with that.
Why would he do that? Go on. What? Go on, Phil. Let's have your take.
Well, so this is my deal right here with that. To me, ring generalship is when you have two fighters in and you can identify with your eyes what they're trying to do inside of the ring. Like prime example, I could see that Canelo Alvarez was trying to get inside of Billy Joe Saunders and walk him down, right? I could see that Billy Joe Saunders knew that he stood a chance if he didn't allow Canelo to get inside. Now, we all know what happened. Canelo Alvarez got inside, which to me indicates that he's the ring general, right? General, you know,
That's what I'm saying, though, Phil.
yeah. So, but hold up. Let me finish though.
Yeah.
So, which brings me back to my first point. When you can look at it and identify what each fighter is trying to do, because at the end of the day, these judges are looking at the same thing that we're looking at. Now, when you go back to the Smith fight, Smith clearly had the advantage on fighting outside, but Canelo did out jab Smith in that fight. You know, he out jabbed Smith in that fight, which is fighting from the outside.
But
although, hold up one second. Although he did use the jab to work his way inside, but he did use a disadvantage to an advantage. Smith just couldn't capitalize off of that, which again makes him the ring general. You know, to me, it's not about trying to explore. It's not so much about who comes in the fight with an advantage or a disadvantage. It's just, to me, it's about the execution of the game plan from each individual fighter. To me, indicates who's the ring general.
I have a question.
Go.
I have a question. Hold on.
I just need to put something to Phil on that one, because he's highlighted an extremely unusual advantage. Because I don't know how much of Callum Smith's fights he's watched, but despite the fact that Callum Smith is a 6'3", 78-inch reach super middleweight, he's never fought on the outside. He's an inside fighter. So whilst he naturally should be an outside fighter, he can't do it for whatever reason. But
we would agree that
hold on.
And when Canelo was jabbing Callum, he was inside of Callum's reach. So I would, despite the fact that he's using the jab, he's actually jabbing Callum inside Callum's reach, because Callum's got a 78-inch reach. So he's actually technically inside his reach, which from what I understand, that's on the inside.
All right, hold on. I have a question. Did y'all watch the probably not, but by chance, did y'all get a chance to watch the Sissoko versus Conway fight?
Conway. That was the African dude.
I watched.
And the kind of tall white guy, right?
Right.
Yeah, and he dropped the guy in the 11th round or something like that, right?
So, I have a
okay, that's the right fight. Yeah.
Somebody scored that. A judge scored that fight 97-92 to Conway. Right. That means somebody might have said Conway had more ring generalship. If you watch that fight, can you tell me which person had the ring generalship in that fight? Because we agree that's very subjective. So it shows it's very subjective.
Very much so.
Somebody saw that fight and said Kyron Conway dominated that fight. I don't know anybody I've spoken to here that says Conway in any way was close in that fight.
And Conway is was the black kid, correct?
Nah, Conway
was the other dude. Yeah, the white guy.
He was the other dude. Okay, the white guy. No, Conway. No. The Frenchman is Conway, right? The guy from France.
The Frenchman is Sissoko.
Okay, so this is the deal right here. I'm kind of off on the names, but I can tell you, the black guy absolutely dominated the fight. He had the ring generalship the entire time. He boxed circles around him. The Caucasian guy, he had some success in the fight at points, but overall, no, he did not have the ring generalship.
So what did the judge see that would have given Conway the ring generalship?
Wait. I got a question though. Before you say, because Phil just stated something. So Phil, you stated that the other guy, the long last name, he had the ring generalship.
Yes.
So we're gonna use that fight since you brought that fight up, and we all seen that fight. What makes that guy having ring generalship in that fight to you?
I can identify what he was doing. I can identify his game plan. He knew that he was the better boxer, and that's exactly what he did. It wasn't a doubt. It was definitive that he was the better boxer, although the other kid did have some advantages over him as far as size and reach and whatnot. But it didn't matter. I can identify that he was the better boxer. To me, that's ring generalship.
But Phil,
So-
so I actually think we agree, and it's a bit of a semantic argument because normally you would execute your game plan based on your advantages, whatever they may be. So
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I was saying, what I was saying is Canelo's plan, what he was looking to do was get inside Billy Joe Saunders, and that's what he did. AJ's plan against Ruiz in the second fight was to keep Ruiz outside, which is what he did.
Yes,
that's why they were the ring generals in those particular examples. But I did start off by saying the person who's dictating the pace of the fight, who is doing what they want to do, that's the ring general.
Yeah,
I think we actually agree.
Yeah, okay. we do agree. I mean, sometimes the aggressor, you see, people misunderstand being the aggressor and the fighter a lot of times being the ring general. You can keep coming and get your socks boxed off your feet, right? Prime example, Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux. He kept coming, but he couldn't touch it. Although it appears that he's the aggressor, right?
The aggressor is only the ring general if he's landing and succeeding.
Exactly.
If he's coming forward and getting counter punched and he's trying to punch smoke and he can't find the target, then he's not the ring general.
Absolutely, I agree 110%.
Okay, I could agree with that in a sense, in a degree. So the thing is, when we consider who the ring general is, let's just say both guys are trying to do the same thing. Then now who would be considered the ring general?
The one who's landing the most punches if they're trying to do the same thing.
Well, I can give you a very good example, right? I can give you an outstanding example, right? Canelo Alvarez, Triple G 2. Canelo was absolutely the aggressor. He was landing, but I still think Triple G fought beautifully, something I'd never seen him do before, off the back foot, and he was having some success.
But they weren't actually doing the same thing in that fight, though, were they, Phil?
No, they wasn't doing the same thing.
Triple G was fighting on the outside in that fight, and he can jab on the outside. Triple G has a good jab.
Yeah, but my point is, we're talking about ring generalship, right?
The question was if they both got the same game plan, who is the ring general?
Right.
But it's about execution. But it's about execution, Rilo. So it's very straightforward. If they're both trying to do the same thing, whoever lands the most punches and gets hit the least is the ring general.
Okay, I could agree with that. So
that's why I gave a vice versa example when one guy was actually boxing and the other guy was an aggressor, but they both were having success. That's why I gave
this. But this is what I'm saying. So because it seems like we're always equating ring general in correlation with the guy who's landing punches. So like, can you not land punches but be the ring general? And what I mean, like, not be landing the most punches is what I'm saying, but still be the ring general. Because if they can't be separated, why would they even be two different criteria? So
where's the thin line?
So my question. So do you?
Okay.
Sure
Let me ask Phil. I've got a good fight. So Chocolatito Estrada, who was the ring general?
Good.
Oh, man.
Good.
That's a good example of what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Chocolatito Estrada. I would say that the ring general. Honestly, it would vary from round to round. But if I just had to pick an overall general in that particular fight, I would probably say, oh man, that's a hard one, man.
Yeah.
I would think that when it's a situation like that, it just all depends on what you like. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But that can't be the case, because if that's the case in that fight, then that's always the case.
Nah,
no. What it is, everybody has a hard time committing to an idea, an ideology of what ring generalship is. So whenever you leave room for interpretation, you could always bend it around what you like in any particular fight. But once you commit to one ideology, then you can't fit and mold that shit around every particular fight that you want to mold it to. That's what the problem is.
I'll give you my answer.
Though, Rilo.
That's what the problem is.
I'll give you my answer, Rallo. I'll give you my answer.
Do your answer, Phil.
My answer is this right here. If I had to pick a ring general in that fight, I would say Estrada, and I'm gonna tell you why real quick. I would say Estrada because when it was time to bang, he was able to bang. He was able to land. He had a lot of success. And when it was time to box, to me, he boxed better than Chocolatito. So if we go 1 for 1, 2 for 2, I think Estrada hit 2 out of 2, and I think Chocolatito just hit 1 out of 2, and just being the aggressor and coming forward and having some success. So I would say Estrada was the ring general. That's my opinion.
Okay. All right.
And in all fairness, in that particular fight, it was tremendously close. So both fighters were having success with their game plans, and it was an ebb and flow over the course of the fight. I think I agree with Phil that Estrada actually had the more effective game plan, and that's how it panned out. And Chocolatito kind of had more heart, grit, and determination to just go through adversity and throw. basically.
Right.
So that isn't necessarily ring generalship. That's just throwing. And
all right, gents, me and John were I was actually getting John's wrap up of the Billy Joe Saunders situation, because it's part of a larger conversation we were having, and I want him to finish up. And
I'll finish off that I'm happy with your scorecard on that, Iron Kong. I'm happy that Billy Joe may have won 2 rounds. I thought Canelo was winning on points. I thought he was ahead as a ring general. I thought he landed more meaningful shots. I thought he dictated the fight. I am disappointed in the outcome on many levels. Billy Joe Saunders is somebody who's called Kell Brook a quitter for fighting on with a broken orbital. He's somebody who's called Daniel Dubois a quitter for fighting on with a broken orbital. I'm pretty certain he also said that AJ quit against Ruiz in the first fight, a man that got off the deck 4 times. To see him quit like that, and I don't care that the official line is Mark Tibbs pulled him out of the fight. Billy Joe was asked to give Mark 1 more round, and he said he couldn't see. So he didn't say, no, I can't do it, but he said, I can't see, which is basically the same thing. Now, under normal circumstances, I would agree with the corner pulling a fighter out in that situation. But because he's been so vocal that the only way he's leaving the ring is if he's actually said if he had 2 broken eye sockets, broken arms, still have to carry him out of the ring. So that's why I hold Billy to a different standard. And also, I wanted the personal satisfaction of actually seeing him completely knocked out as well. So if he had have gone on and fought for another round, I think I would have had that satisfaction, which Billy denied me through his cowardice.
So once again, Billy Joe Saunders finds a way to disappoint you.
Yes, and he's continuing to disappoint me still. Until he announces his retirement, I'll be disappointed.
I agree with you. I mean, everybody saw my videos before. I think anybody who's ever been around my channel, I don't like Billy Joe Saunders. I find the whole, as you said, the whole situation where he's been so vocal about other people's failures or challenges and placing himself as somehow the physical or moral better than these people. And to see him do an Avni Yildirim and quit on his stool, was really, to me, funny, because you have people like Billy Joe Saunders who said, he actually said, hold on, let me not misquote him. I like to share things on here. I like to share things on here. I'm a very giving person. Let me see. So here are the comments. I'm going to share the comments exactly, because Billy Joe Saunders is somebody who talks a lot of shit. So if you can see that, let's go down here. The exact quote was, if my 2 eye sockets were broken, If my jaw was broken, my teeth were out, my nose was smashed, my brain was beaten, I was not stopping until I was knocked out or worse. I don't agree with a man taking the knee and letting the ref count him out. That was Billy Joe Saunders talking about Daniel Dubois. I want to add that Daniel Dubois his eye was probably gone long before he took that knee. Long before. That eye was gone
He
long.
fought for at least 3 rounds with that injury, possibly more.
He got up every time and tried to fight Jojo in a heavyweight fight. So the Billy Joe Saunders saga, I think Billy Joe Saunders disgraced himself before the fight, leading up to the fight, and in the fight, people, I don't know, people give Billy Joe Saunders way too much credit, and I'm disappointed. But John, I really wanted your opinion because you're somebody who's been very vocal about Billy Joe Saunders. Hold on, who's this coming in? Black. Before I let you on, let me get, I don't think I've ever met Rilo Jenkins before. Rilo, what was your opinion of Billy Joe Saunders leading up to the fight, after the fight?
I wasn't a big fan of Billy Joe to begin with, and especially when the whole thing controversy came up about the ring size. I knew what the fuck he was gonna try and do then, because the only reason you would be asking for a bigger ring is because you're gonna be doing something that we don't, as boxing fans, like to see inside of a boxing ring. So then, once the situation happened, what was that, the end of the 8th or the 9th round or whatever? I will say this: I'm with everybody on giving him a hard time about all the stuff that he said about Daniel Dubois. But like I stated to somebody else the other day, if I'm in a guy's corner and he comes back to the corner and I see him and he appears to be compromised to me, I'm not letting him go back out there. So I don't know if necessarily Billy Joe quit or his corner, not allowed him to go back out. But he is the guy who did say a bunch of stuff about Daniel Dubois. So, you kind of put yourself in some bad company with that. So I'm just glad that Billy Joe was out the way. He had his opportunity. He got his ass stopped. So now we ain't got to hear about Billy Joe no more for a while.
Phil,
the only thing about that,
sorry.
right now, sorry to interrupt. The only thing about that is I'm pretty certain that Mark Tibbs asked him to give him another round. And
Mark Tibbs said on Seconds Out, when he was asked by Radio Raheem about stopping the fight, he said Billy Joe was not giving him the answers he wanted, his body language, and then he stopped talking. So he wanted to say more, then he just stopped talking. Because if he had said more, he would have probably said Billy Joe quit like years.
There was footage of actually when they were listening to it, the corners, Mark Tibbs asking him to give him another round. And Billy's answer was, I can't see.
Go ahead.
And under normal circumstances, I'd agree with Rilo. I actually think Martin Bowers should have pulled Daniel Dubois out of that fight a round or so before he took a knee, because that would have protected Daniel from all the flack he got as well. Because that fight should have been stopped because of the injury. He couldn't see, he couldn't protect himself. But because it's Billy Joe, I hold him to a different standard based on the quote and the other things that he's said in the past.
Hey, y'all go ahead and talk, man. I have a phone call. Y'all go ahead and talk. Go ahead. My bad.
I think Kong was going to ask you anyway, wasn't he, Phil? What your thoughts were?
Yeah, look, man. This is my thoughts right here. This is my thoughts first and foremost on Billy Joe Saunders. I think Billy Joe Saunders is a skillful fighter. I wasn't mad when him and Canelo decided to make the fight between the two of them. He has held the strap, and he did hold the strap at 168 pounds as well as 160 pounds. So undefeated. So I mean, he's a good fighter, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he just wasn't enough, or good enough to beat Canelo Alvarez. Now, when I talk about Billy Joe Saunders, the person, I think he's a complete jackass. He's a complete jackass, and sometimes you reap what you sow. You understand what I'm saying? It's the irony. You know what I'm saying? for
Oh,
him
good one,
to
Phil. Good one, Phil. The irony. Good one. I got you.
the irony, and if you like jokes, you can make a joke out of that. Since I messed up, but I ain't doing all that. I'm just saying. I heard somebody make a joke about it earlier. But the irony is that you sit here, you criticize another fighter who gets in the ring, does the same thing that you do. No, you know what it takes to compete on a professional level. These guys should all really truly have respect for one another because they know what they have to go to as professional boxers. At the end of the day, Billy Joe Saunders didn't respect the game of boxing, and the irony is that when you don't respect the game of boxing and you don't respect other people that do what you do, you run into situations like this. You get what you deserve. You understand what I'm saying? And when you get what you deserve, you get everything that comes with it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So Billy Joe Saunders went into that ring, got stopped, to the orbital bone. And guess what? He quit. If you want to say, if you want to say, and this is the reason why I can say he quit, is because if you give somebody a standard on what it's going to take you to not go back in the ring, and you go against that standard, to me, you quit. In that type of substance, right? But at the same time, I understand why he didn't go back in, but you the one that put the standard out there. So if your is you got to be damn near dead to get pulled out of a fight, and you just break your orbital bone and you still get pulled out of a fight, then you go against your own standard. If you go against your own standard, you quit. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, do I think his trainer or whoever pulled him out of the fight was wrong? No, I think he was absolutely right. But Billy Joe, you planted them seeds, and you gotta whatever grow out of that dirt, man, you gotta live with it. Just like you gotta live with that broken ass eye. And I'm done with it.
Hey, yo, Black, what's up, man? What's up? Anything you want to talk about? I know you already give your opinion, but that's a wonderful picture you have there, by the way. Anything you want to talk about? Michael Hunter. If you want to go on and talk about Harvey Dent, you could go ahead.
I just came through the show support, man. And as far as Billy Joe Saunders, or aka Harvey Dent, like Phil was saying, man, the irony, man. And I think he realized in that corner, like, damn, this karma shit for real, bro. Because he kicked the dude when he was down, Danny Dubois. He kicked him when he was down. And Gypsy's, more than anything, I mean, his eye hurt for sure, but his pride and everything else hurt too. Gypsies really pride themselves on being the toughest and grimiest. They come from bare knuckle fighting they think they just the most, like how he talked. He talked like, hey, you're gonna have to damn near kill me for me to quit. And in that corner, he knew it. Like, you know what? This is over with. So he may not have called it off himself, but when you're sitting in there and you somebody who do all the talking, and then all of a sudden you quiet in the corner, like, you okay? You all right? Only one eye moving. Oh, okay. It's over. It's over with. So
let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a question. When Billy Joe, he says these things about Daniel Dubois, and then he puts himself on a pedestal, said, if it was me, it'd have to be this, this, and this. How many people on the panel actually believe that Billy Joe Saunders was the guy that he tried to portray himself to be to the fan, as far as a tough guy?
Well, to start off with, if you look at Billy's style of boxing, he doesn't really like to engage. So he's clearly not a tough guy. That's the first thing.
Facts.
Secondly, normally tough guys don't run the mouths. Actually, the most likely outcome for a tough guy in a situation where he's observing someone like Daniel is to not castigate Daniel, because he doesn't need to prove his own toughness.
Right. By shitting on somebody else. Right. Yeah. So that's how that went.
I didn't believe he was no tough guy. I mean, I think like Rilo and Phil said, sure, you understand why a corner gonna pull you out. Bro, you ain't got no fighter have to prove nothing to me by fighting with no broken orbital board. You supposed to stop. Okay? Because I'm home on the couch. The hardest thing I have to do every day is come in here in this office and watch TV while I do this desk work. That's all I have to do. That's the toughest thing I got to do every day. I don't expect you to fight on for my entertainment as I sit on this couch watching you to fight with an orbital bone fracture, or cheek fracture. However, like Phil said, when you set the standard, when you set the criteria for quitting, I have to now go back and say, okay, well, let's see your criteria for quitting. And to me, you didn't even pass the standard. You didn't even get to the point where you got knocked down. You were sitting down on your stool and you walked out the ring. Daniel Dubois, let's not forget, after the fight, stood there and did a post-fight interview next to Joe Joyce, who just busted up his eye. He had to stand there and do an interview. Billy Joe Saunders, we ain't heard from him yet. He walked, he hobbled his ass, waddled to the ambulance with a towel over his head, didn't talk to nobody. So all this tough guy shit, I hope I answered Phil. No, I didn't believe he was no tough guy. I knew he was no tough guy. I don't shit on fighters when their personal health is at stake in terms of quality of life. Of course, fighting is a very dangerous sport. But when you can help it, I don't ask you to risk your quality of life for my entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my take on Billy Joe Saunders. But before I close off, I want to get y'all opinion on Michael Hunter pulling out the Hrgovic fight to go fight an inactive cruiserweight on the undercard of Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. Let's start with Black.
Yeah, you broke that news to me, man. I was one of them guys that was like kind of reserving flame for Michael Hunter because I felt like he wasn't given certain opportunities. Like I seen he was trying to pursue the Dylan White fight. A lot of people, I mean, he got the draw versus Povetkin, but some people feel he pulled it out. But this move right here, bro, I can't defend him on this. And I don't know this guy he about to fight. And then on top of that, you going over to the, I guess, pulling out to go on the Triller platform to fight nobody. So it's like, I can't get behind this one, man. And it was just looking already. I was like, dang, maybe Michael Hunter is our last hope on the American side as far as heavyweights, but it's over with now. I don't know what the fuck we got left.
You got Jared Anderson on here, the real big baby.
But yeah, but it's gonna be a while. But yeah, I mean, but realistically, right now, we out of the race, man.
You're allowed to support AJ. It's okay.
I just support boxing, man. But I just got to keep it a stack on the heavyweight side of the game. America, it's not looking too great, man, at all.
Let's get Phil Walker on this topic. Phil, what's up with Michael Hunter not fighting Hrgovic, man?
All right, look, man, let me say this right here. When that fight was made, first and foremost, man, I was excited about it because Hrgovic is a good fighter, but to me, he still hasn't had that signature fight that prevails him into, title contention or possibly getting the fight or even discussing the fight with some of the top guys, right? I think Michael Hunter probably would have put him in that conversation. But again, it's not Hrgovic's fault. It's Michael Hunter's fault, right? Right now, I think Hunter is in a compromised position because, he had a chance against a guy like Alexander Povetkin, and he drew with him, right? Nobody is begging for a Michael Hunter fight with any of the top guys anytime soon. So for me personally, for you two, let's just be honest, give a guy like Hrgovic a chance, right, to prove himself against you, which I would say Hunter's a more established fighter than Hrgovic, right? And for you to pull out, rob him of that opportunity to fight a lesser opponent, to me is bullshit. Anytime a fighter pulls out of a fight for reasons other being than you're hurt and you can't fight, or you have some very bad illness or personal family issues, to me is bullshit. There's no reason to pull out of a fight because at the end of the day, this is your job. I can't just call my job and say, hey, I don't want to come in today because I'm going to work for another company. Like, the shit don't work that way. So I'm disappointed in Michael Hunter. I've never been as high on Michael Hunter as my man Black has. He wasn't the last hope for American.
I didn't say all of that, but go ahead.
So he wasn't the last hope for American, heavyweights. Although I do think he's a respectable fighter and he is from the U.S. Look, man, I'm disappointed in him, man. I'm disappointed in him, and the only thing that I can think of that he's done this for is money. But sometimes, man, you know, you got to be a man of principle, and right now, I think he's compromised.
So he's getting paid. He's getting paid more to fight this less comp.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I said that's
the purse bid was quite low. The purse bid. So Eddie Hearn won the purse bid. Yeah. He was the only person that bid on it. Yeah, and I think Hergovich was. I think it's good. I think he might have got like 300K or something for it.
Yeah,
so
that's the only reason I can think he pulled.
Okay, so real quick, go ahead, Uncle.
No,
yeah,
well,
that's the only reason I can think.
Rilo, you have any opinion on this?
Well, I mean, it's boxing, man. Like these motherfuckers that gave me no reason to expect anything better or different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
man.
it's just the way that boxing is now, man. So
you expected that from Hunter,
I'm
though?
disappointed. I not necessarily expected from any particular guy, but from boxing as a whole, it's been so shitty that nothing surprises me anymore from any fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. No fighter can disappoint me now. I think that's the beauty of it. None of these motherfuckers can disappoint me no more. So that's it, bro.
2021 shit.
Yeah, hold on. Before I get John Dealey in, Coach K is in the house.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, boss. We're just closing off on the Michael Hunter topic, but I want to get your opinion.
I was listening in. So, ring generalship is whoever controls the actual ring and the outcome of the battle or the boxing match. If you got a certain skill set, let's say you're an outboxer, if you're a swarmer, if you're a slugger, if you're a counterpuncher, or whatever the case may be, then if you're implementing that game plan and we can see that the game plan is working for you to have success, that's who the ring general is to me. To answer your question, Rollo, because a lot of people give you a couple of different things. But anyway, I just want to say, man, this is a shout out to Canelo Alvarez because he seemed to be killing motherfuckers. It seemed like everybody all sad and shit for Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders was a good fighter, man. He was a good fighter. You know, he was slick and all that kind of shit. But this is just what you get when you fight Canelo. Fuck all that. Billy Joe Saunders was good. Ain't no excuses. I don't care what he said about the boy. He said it because he didn't have no idea what he was getting into when he fought Canelo. Canelo will change your life. That's just the bottom line. I'm not mad at Billy Joe because he did not know that he was going in the ring fucking with a killer. And Canelo Alvarez changed his life. Canelo Alvarez is going to continue to change people's life from here on out with vicious stoppage because his boy is 30 years old. He got hella experience. He's stronger, bigger, a better ring IQ than everybody between 150, 154, almost up to damn near 175. Andrade is next. He's showing you what he do to them WBO champion, two-time world champions. It's just not enough. Andrade ass is next. Shout out to Eddie Hearn for setting that up. I hope that because Eddie Hearn's a good promoter, man. People be sleeping, but I mean, the reason Andrade had that pass is because of Eddie Hearn. He didn't just magically get into that man press conference to crash it. Eddie Hearn let the man in.
So that's by design.
That's by design, and because we all already understand that. See, it's a lot of people who hate on Eddie Hearn, but I don't. I like Eddie Hearn, and
that's my guy.
Okay, and these are the reasons why. Because look at what he done for Andrade. So you can complain that Eddie Hearn is this, that, and the third, but look at the position that he put Andrade in. Andrade is a hot topic right now. And that's an attestament, and that's how you, to Eddie Hearn, and that's how you take a fighter like Canelo and utilize him completely 100%. Not only in fights, but you're attaching your other stable to that guy. So they're building Andrade up to be this man's next opponent, whether Canelo knew it or not, or he pretended like he don't know. So we're going to probably get the Andrade fight along with the Caleb Plant fight. But Caleb Plant, you never know when PBC might decide to play hardball. So I understand what Eddie is doing. He keeping his shit together and not relying on just the PBC, Caleb Plant, and things of that nature. He's setting his own stuff up like he's doing with Demetrius Andrade. But I hope we get that fight next because Andrade going to get his ass stopped too.
Michael Hunter, Coach K. Michael Hunter, before we close out.
Shouts out to Eddie Hearn.
I feel the same way as Phil. Same thing. I ain't really disappointed. And Rollo, you can't really disappoint me at this point.
John Dealey.
Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. I understand it's prize fighting, and often fighters will choose money over things that would progress their legacy. But if he'd have beaten Hrgovic, he would have been the IBF mandatory. So that would have led to the biggest payday available in boxing.
Oh, good one.
Ultimately. And this is coming from a man that's offered to fight people for free. The level of double standard is possibly something that Billy Joe would be proud of.
Hello? Oh, no, so
No,
let
I
me.
was just letting that sink in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
You know
funny, dog.
what I like about Dealey? You know what I like about Dealey? He'll finish a sentence like it's a question mark, but have you thinking like, is this
hold
nigga
on.
he not
Go ahead
done?
and talk.
Oh, he is done.
I want to share the information on Hunter and the purse bid because we were talking about that, so everybody could be fair with the purse. Go ahead. So
Yeah, go on.
the IBF held a purse bid for the fight. Matchroom won out of 6-1 with a 666 bid. Hunter is on the right end of a 640 split. He'll get 363,999.60, while Hrgovic takes 242, 666.40. So that was what Hunter was set to make, and Hrgovic had already signed for $200,000.
He probably turned it down because all them sixes in the damn purse. Even some people.
It's superstitious.
Yeah, they're gypsies.
But the point is, it wasn't for any old mandatory. It was the IBF mandatory.
It was the final eliminator. That's it. That's
the IBF, the one that will be called.
You know, IBF will strip whoever. They don't care. They will strip you.
So you're either going to be a world champion, or you're going to get the biggest payday available to you in boxing. So I'm not really interested in what this Triller purse is.
Strip you like a Playboy magazine.
Man, shit. Friday night crawl.
Now, my thing is to about this whole thing is that, as I think what John Dealey said, this dude said he would fight for free and he'd do all this and he'll do all this.
Yeah.
But when it comes time for you to sign to get the fight, you said, because you said Matchroom let you go because you were a threat. Here is Eddie Hearn. The only person to bid on your fight is Eddie Hearn. Nobody else showed up. Please remember, Michael Hunter ain't no big star. Neither is Philip Hrgovic. They ain't no big stars. So this fight by itself ain't worth a lot. It ain't no main event fight. It's an undercard fight.
I think they're getting paid good for who they are. That's just
I mean, them two ain't no big ticket. Who packing out stadiums and man, I got to see this Michael Hunter fight.
I think he will be being paid better to be on the Triller card, allegedly.
I mean,
although there are rumors that they're not paying people.
Man, they giving a damn ex-football player $1 million to fight on the Triller card.
Well, there's that rumor that they didn't pay Mike.
Yeah, Chad Johnson.
Oh.
Hey, he got a big fan base though. He got a following, bro.
Hey, yo,
NFL.
Hey man, we got some more
roundtable
backstage.
Yeah, but I gotta get off soon. But
okay.
I'm gonna take myself out. I want this person, King Boxingologist. I want you to talk about the 3 topics that we discussed today. When you get on, because I'm wrapping up now, we're gonna talk about what you consider ring generalship, Billy Joe Saunders, Michael Hunter pulling out. Those are the 3 topics.
I need to get off as well, so I can go if you want, Ancon.
All right, John. Peace to you, man.
Thanks for having me on. And
all right,
peace, you guys. Peace, John.
Appreciate you, JD, all the time, brother.
Okay. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Boxingologist, peace.
Yo, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
All good, King. All good. King, give me your opinions.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just now linking in, bro. But I can touch on a couple of those right now, though.
Yeah, man. Come through.
But yeah, man. As far as ring generalship, man, it's just it's one of those attributes in boxing, man, to try to show people that you in control of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Or you having control of the fight. I think with Billy Joe Saunders, man, he used ring generalship very, very well. The only problem with that is, when you fighting a guy like Canelo, he has a lot of experience fighting guys that know how to use ring generalship. Hence Floyd Mayweather, hence Austin Trout, hence Laura, you know what I'm saying? So he's used to guys that's moving. You know what I'm saying? Or he has a lot of experience with elite fighters that know how to move. So I just think that, he was, you know what I'm saying, he was using ring general shit, but Canelo's good at cutting the ring off. So sometimes it depends on who you try to use it against. Now, I don't believe that Billy Joe Saunders had like respectable power to keep a person honest, to keep them off them. So, when you don't have power, but you have ring generalship, a person can just stalk you all night long. That's why you see outboxers using the jab lock, popping somebody with the jab a lot, but it's really not a lot on it. You know what I'm saying? It'd have to be accumulation of punishment, you know what I'm saying, for it to be really effective. You know what I'm saying? But in Billy Joe Saunders' case, maybe it could have started becoming effective later in the fight. But, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't take Canelo's power. So, you know what I'm saying, it works sometimes, but it really comes down to who you fighting. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take with that. You know what I'm saying? But man, I ain't gonna cap, man. As far as Billy Joe Saunders, man, I actually had the dude kind of winning the fight. I ain't even gonna lie. Like going into the 8th round, I had him up. You know what I'm saying? I had him up by maybe one round, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? He just got caught with a good shot. He just, he's just not that durable guy. But we see that all the time, you know what I'm saying, with Canelo. You know what I mean? We'll see him go in there fighting a boxer, then, he's just kind of, collecting data, kind of like how Floyd Mayweather used to do. And then later on in the fight, he'll catch him with something cold and put him to sleep. Like we seen that happen to Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Knocked him out cold. He was getting beat. We see that happen with, he started out getting beat in the Laura fight. You know what I'm saying? Started cutting the ring off. He came back. And we see it with Billy Joe. I think he was getting beat. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? It was probably part of his game plan. You know what I'm saying? And he caught his ass and, hey, put him out. But yeah, man, but this is my take on them topics, man. What else y'all was rapping about?
Michael Hunter pulling out the Hergovich fight to go fight a cruiserweight named Mike Wilson, who ain't fought since 2019.
I was about to say, I don't even know who the fuck Mike Wilson is. Shit, I don't know, man. Man, it's today, this day and age, man, I don't know, man. It's just like when I'm looking at people fighting the best, man, like it just seems like people are always, I don't know, man. Boxing fans are sketchy these days, man. I'll be waiting to see people looking for people to fight the absolute best competition. You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't paying you the most, or if it ain't, the best competition you can fight for the fans, and like, what's the point? What are you doing?
Hey, what would be your top 3 guys that's want to fight the best competition? If you can name off the top 3.
The top 3 guys that want to fight the best competition?
Yeah.
I would say definitely Tyson Fury, for sure. I think Tyson Fury, he definitely wants to fight the best that's available. Another guy I would say is David Benavidez. I think he definitely wants to. Huh?
Nope.
Go ahead. What's your third?
Not if he ain't got no discipline. Not if he can't make weight and he play with his nose and shit.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on.
Hey, repeat the question again.
Go ahead. What's your third, bro?
Hold on. What was the question? I want to make sure I'm following y'all.
You are following us, man. You good.
All right. I don't know what the hell he talking about. I think.
Hold on. Let Boxing just finish because I got to get off. I want this man to speak.
Yeah, man. I think Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He wants to fight the best, and I think Andrade wants to fight the best. I think those were guys kind of show. You know what I'm saying? They want to fight the best, and it's not so much about the money. They just want to get treated fair, and they want the shot. You know what I'm saying? To solidify their greatness. So I just think those guys, they want to fight the best, but they also tend to get avoided by the best as well. So what people say is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta ask yourself, man. You gotta ask yourself one thing, man. If you got a whole bunch of pit bulls in a motherfucking kennel, and then you bring a goddamn lion in there, does it really matter who's the best out the pit bulls and won't nobody fight the lion?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it. You feel me?
Canelo that lion.
Huh?
Okay. What is that man?
Let me let y'all wrap up.
Canelo's the alpha pit bull.
Hey, all right, go ahead, Iron Cone. I don't know if you're trying to wrap
my 3, man. My 3 is definitely one of them is the Canelo Alvarez, without a doubt. His track record has proven that. Anthony Joshua was track record. has proved. It's a difference between saying you want to fight the best and actually fighting the best. I'm talking about people who's actually fighting the best, motherfucker.
Facts.
No, but that ain't. I said the top three guys you feel is trying to fight all the top
It's trying your keyword, trying to fight
Trying.
all the best.
I'm not
Trying
saying
to
that
fight.
they fought all the
would
best
feel
competition.
We
I
can't.
said
So what I'm saying is, even though we know Canelo been doing work, we can't say that he's trying to fight the best if he's fighting Yildirim and Billy Joe Saunders. That's not the best.
You had your chance. All right, so
Let's go.
Canelo Alvarez, without a doubt, he's fighting the best and he's trying to fight the best. He's proven that. Anthony Joshua as well. He's fought the best, and right now he's currently going to fight the other best heavyweight in the division. Okay, and my last one would be I would probably roll with Estrada. That's my guys right there. Period.
Hey, so is Canelo trying to fight the best, or he trying to fight a guy with a belt? It's a difference.
Hey, so look. Hey, that's his list though, King. Hey, that's his list, bro.
If you're gonna be undisputed in one division, I mean that's pretty much you're absolutely the best in that division if you're undisputed. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna give.
All right, hold on. Because we can't go back and forth because I want Black and Coach K to get in so I can get off because I'm at work. So go ahead.
Look, we can continue this. You got it. We can continue this on my channel. Y'all two bring your ass on over here.
I'll listen in, Coach K. I'll listen in.
Appreciate that. Bring your ass on over here, Eugene Boxology. I'm finna start one up.
All right, go ahead. Hey, I'm gonna just get and shout out to King Boxingologist, AJ, Bud Crawford, and it's me again. Those are my three right there, man. The top three guys I feel is trying to fight all the best competition. I ain't saying they fought all the best, but they won all the smoke. That's my top three. AJ, Bud Crawford, it's me again.
Coach K, finish up. And are you saying you're going to go live? Because I'll listen in live. That's no problem. Is Coach gone?
Yeah, we finna jump on Coach K.
No, I ain't going. I was just letting them finish up. I'm actually typing up the goddamn StreamYard now. You know, you got to title it and all that. So yeah,
well, I want you to close this off strong for me.
And good show. I'll let UG. I'll let Black do it because I'm good. This is a good show.
Thanks for having us on, Iron Cone. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to the whole playback gang. And I want to say, Iron Cone, man, shout out to the very few of us that knew that this topic was one of the hottest topics, if not the hottest topic in boxing. Demetrius Andrade versus Canelo Alvarez. It's me again. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hey, Iron Cone, man. I appreciate you. Hey, Iron Cone, man. I appreciate you. It's my first time on your platform. Although I do talk to you quite often, man. I appreciate you allowing me to come on, man. I'm definitely going to sub to your channel, brother. And whenever I can jump on and contribute to the channel and you allow me to, man, I'm always here for you. So thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Man, thank you very much. One thing I must say, the link will always be pinned to the top of this page. Anybody want to get on and talk something, just come on and talk something. That's all I ask. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Coach K, Black, Boxingologist, John Dealey, Ronald Finkley came on, Santos came on, all the people in the chat. Thank y'all very much, man. Y'all make my break times worth it. And I really appreciate y'all giving me any minute of y'all time. Hit the like for me, please. Y'all have a nice day. Peace. Go over to Coach K's channel so, Coach K can finish up giving these people that work. Peace.